Hey there, it's Predictionist, and today we're going to talk about perpetuals. So recently, Polymarket has announced that they're introducing perpetuals to their trading platform. If you're a beginner in this space and never have used other financial products or played around crypto, then probably perpetual is going to be a completely new definition for you. So by the end of the video, you will learn what perpetuals are, how do they work, what is the potential upside, and what's most importantly, what are the potential downside of using perpetuals on Polymarket? This is the thing that probably platform will not cover in their endorsement videos. So make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, let's move further. But before we start, here's a disclaimer. This material is brought to you for education and information purposes only. I'm not endorsing you to commit any trades on Polymarket or invest in cryptocurrency. But if you do so, always do your own research or consult with a financial professional. Since it's settled, let's move further and learn about perpetuals. So as I already mentioned, Polymarket has introduced that they are rolling out a feature called perpetuals to Polymarket. And in essence, what is perpetuals? Perpetuals are the future contracts of a particular asset that you can bet whether the price is going up or down. So in this description, you can see the term called long and short. And what in essence it means is that you are able to place a bet whether that particular price will go up, and that's called long, or it will go down, which is called short. And the contracts work 24/7. And probably the main idea that's gonna be interesting for you to hear is that they're indefinite. So it's not like you are placing a trade that, for instance, Bitcoin will rise in price in the next 5 minutes, same as binary 5-minute or 15-minute options on Polymarket, is that you are just saying that Bitcoin will go up. And it sounds sexy, right? So at some point, definitely all the assets are going up and down. And if you are putting a trade in up and it's indefinite, then you can sit and wait while the price is going to go up. That's in theory, but in practice, it's a completely different thing. So probably we need to see how the video works and what is in the video to understand better what are going to be the tradable assets and how the feature will look like. So um, yeah, basically they say that the markets will never stop. And here, what is most importantly, probably I'm going to move to the X section because here I can control the video and show and actually stop and see how does it work. So this is the most important thing, is that in perpetuals, you are not placing bets based on the funds that you have. For instance, I don't know, like $100. You are able to use leverage. And what leverage means is that you can borrow additional money from the platform to optimize or actually grow your trading position. So what I'm taking, if you have $100 and you use a 10x leverage, like here is 5x, but you, for instance, use 10x leverage. That means that your trading position is not going to be $100, it's going to be $1,000, meaning that you have a bigger position and the potential outcome is much more than you just using your own funds. Yet again, sounds sexy. You can get more money out of it, but let's just continue with the video. So yeah, the leverage is introduced, and as I understand, it could be from 5 to 50x, similar to trading platforms. It will be added as a feature along other categories, and you will be able to place trades every second. So here is how the graph will look. Basically, it will show the underlying asset price changing in real time. And then the element of order value will also be introduced. You're going to see everything there. Trade Bitcoin, trade gold, Nvidia, Apple. So basically, they will allow you to trade on stocks, on commodities, and crypto prices. This is going to be the tradable asset that could be used in perpetuals. Basically, anything that has a speculative nature. Yeah, that's it. Kind of like the video showcases that it's going to be a typical perpetual feature, similar to what you have in crypto platforms or financial platforms. But let's go into understanding how it actually works with a practical example. So as I mentioned, like you can go long, prices going up, or you can go short, prices going down in indefinite period. So let's imagine that you are putting a trade for Bitcoin, for instance, and you think that the price will go up. So what are you actually going to do? You have $100 and you choose to go with the leverage of 10x. So basically you multiply 100 by 10 and your position is no longer 100, it's $1,000. And let's imagine then in this scenario, you're actually right and the price goes up 5%. What actually going to happen? So in this case, you will make $50 profit. Sounds cool, right? You invest 100 and then you get 50 as an advantage because you use the leverage. The idea of the formula that you can use to calculate the asset price that you will receive is multiplying the changes of pricing by leverage and your invested money. So in this case, basically what it means is that if the price is going up 5% for your initial asset, your money, you'll get 50 plus if you exit this position. Sounds nice, right? You have the leverage, you have the bigger potential outcome to receive. But what's most importantly is to see what is the downside of this, because as I mentioned, you are placing the bet indefinitely, but it's not that indefinite, to be honest. So let's say it's the same example that you are placing that 100, you have a leverage of 10x, and your position of 1,000. But in this case, after you have placed the bet, the prices is starting to go down, but you put the long position. And in this case, the price goes down 10%. And in speculative market, 5 and 10% all the time is a typical scenario, right? So the more volatile is the asset, the higher probability that 5 and 10 brackets will appear. So in this case, if the asset price goes down 10%, what it actually means is that you use the same formula. You take the 10% in a negative scenario because it's going down, multiply, and then you have minus 100. And then a new definition that you actually need to learn is called liquidations. And liquidation means that if a price goes down and your money or your base asset could not cover the losses, then you're getting liquidated. You lose the whole sum. Basically, that's it. So in this scenario, if the price of a Bitcoin goes down 10%, you're getting liquidated and you lose all of your money. That's the downside. So it's an extremely speculative thing that actually many traders, like the majority of the traders, lose their money very, very fast because in this case, every particular change in prices of 5 to 10%, meaning multiplied by leverage, means that you're potentially could be potentially liquidated. And this is the leverage of 10x. I'm not talking about the leverage of 50x when the price is going to go down even smaller and then you're going to lose the liquidation. So in this case, now you understand what are the upside. Yes, you can potentially get a bigger profit because you're losing leverage in this position, but at the same time, there is a bigger risk to lose money because of this particular leverage. So it's a completely different thing if you're a beginner because it's indefinite, and in Polymarket and prediction markets, they have a definitive date when the market is closed. Here, just like at the opening, and then you see what is happening in here. So I'm not sure whether it's the thing that actually makes Polymarket a better platform, because there's like a joke that financial platforms, perpetual platforms, are adding prediction markets, and prediction markets are adding perpetual. So basically, they're all intercombining, but it's a completely different game, right? Here, you are not controlling the circumstances, or you have enough data to actually play with bigger assets than you can accept, right? Because like 100 and then a K, it's completely different volumes or figures. So if you're using perpetuals, always be super careful because liquidation is very possible and you can lose a lot of money. So there you have it. Now you understand how perpetuals and Polymarket work. If you like this video, then definitely press a like and subscribe to the channel because I inform about things that are happening on Polymarket, around Polymarket, and yeah. So yeah, thank you for your attention and see you later in the next videos. Bye.